Thank you very much. Yeah. Another D40LF. I'm gonna have so many of them. Yeah. Imagine if my toe was still sore.
Yeah. Your toe's been pretty good then, Ethan?
Yeah.
That's good.
Still red, but you know that's normal, I guess.
Yeah, as long as it's not hurting.
No.
That's progress there.
Oh, at first though,
Oh, I bet it really hurt.
my skin was pulled away from my toenail though.
Yeah.
So what does this do? It goes around here.
Just around and then we'll go to Southland.
Where else does it go to?
Nowhere really.
Is it its final destination?
Yeah, it just keeps flipping around.
got a service.
Person who wanted the reservation, this is your stop, please. Just walk down to your left to where that bridge is and you'll be there.
Alright. Thanks, amigo.
You're welcome. Enjoy your weekend.
Yep. Go to the reservation, man. I'm gonna have a good weekend.
Oh, for sure.
Makes it haunt too. It's perfect.
It is.
We almost had one of the buses overheat on us today.
Oh, I'm sure that happens once in a while.
We were on a 2003 though, I think. Hey, these buses get a lot of mileage on them, so...
That's true.
This is probably 2001, 2002 probably. You ever had these buses quit on you before?
Oh, yes.
Even these early 2000 ones, eh?
Most times I can get them going again,
But if they're really overheated, it's not the best idea to really... And if the coolant leaks, that's bad because that's one of the components that cools the bus down.
that's true.
It probably doesn't make your job very, very pleasant when these decide to quit. But you're used to it, that's part of the job, I guess.
That's true.
It's just like that transit employee said to, we were talking to on the train yesterday, if it happens, you just gotta go with the flow. They must check everything on these buses, transit.
Well, when they do their once a year maintenance, they do, but
How about when they take them out of service? Don't they have to check everything?
no.
Also, once a year maintenance for these buses. But if one breaks down, they have to get to it right away, I
That's
imagine.
true. If something breaks, they fix it right away. But they only go through the inspection once a year.
So that's probably just every 12 months instead of every 6 months.
We gotta pay up at the station. Their ATM is out, so we have no way of pulling cash.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
The ATM is out, eh? Wow. So the route that you're on, does it go any further than Southland, or is that your...
Southland is the end of the route. That's where I turn around and come back here.
Alright. Have you driven one of the accordion buses before? The extra long ones?
Oh, yes.
They
Lots
have
of
to
time.
turn in real aggressive because they're so long.
Yeah, they're not much different to drive than what these are.
Yeah. These new Flyers are pretty good though.
That's for sure.
You know the 1996 ones are all gone.
I know that.
I saw a few of them though, so they must have just retired them. Like in January when there was rush hours, there was a few of them out.
Yeah, that could be.
But they said they'll all be retired by the rest of 2020. I guess that's it for them. How long have you been working for transit?
43 years.
Just this one transit, or?
Yep, just this one trip.
So you drove them fishbowls that would get up to 10 kilometers an hour and at a very slow pace. Them fishbowl buses, eh?
Yep.
They had no ramps like these. They were all high floor buses.
I've actually got a picture of the first bus I drove.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. How old do you think this bus is?
I don't know, but I can find out. It is a 2001.
Yup,
Yep.
just like I called it.
It is, yeah.
So, what's the worst breakdown you've had with these buses?
Worst breakdown, the rear axle broke.
Oh, any like overheated engine, like smoking?
Oh yeah, I've had overheated a few times. I've had transmission failures, engine failures.
Man, they should keep their maintenance up. Once a year is too, you know. Do you think once a year is good enough, or do you think every 6 months should be more useful?
I think once a year is good enough as long as things are fixed as they break.
I found they retired these 1996 because they're too hard to maintenance now. They've had about 24 years on the road though.
Yeah. Well, the real reason they retired was they wanted to get rid of all the high floor buses.
Did the 1996 ones have ramps though?
I don't think so.
They got rid of the 93 ones first, and the 92s, they are all gone. Them MCI Classics or whatever they are.
Yeah, they're all gone.
But I mean, they kept the 96 ones around for quite a bit longer. They figured they get more years out of them. And then the 95 ones went in 2015. They started to. The last ones that were in service was up until about 2017, and then that was it for them.
I'm not sure about that.
But the 95s had a back window where the engine is. Sometimes these older buses love to brake really hard, too.
What? I did not hear you.
They love to brake really hard sometimes, eh?
Yeah, I suppose we got a fresh red light.
Thanks.
Go for it.
Yeah, but I guess there's the retarder, and sometimes they're more aggressive than others,
Yeah.
right?
This one doesn't work at all. That's why the brakes are smelling.
Oof. Smell that? That reminds me of the old trains when the brakes are overheated. Can it still run when the brakes smell like that?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't it heat up the brakes though, eh? The brakes must get cooked.
Yeah, the brakes get hot. That's why you can smell them. But the brakes only work when you're stopping. As soon as you start moving again, they cool off.
Oh, okay. You would think they would fix the brakes, either retarder under the brakes. Maybe
Yeah.
they just haven't gotten time to
They
do it.
probably haven't gotten around to it yet.
Smell that for a minute. Hey, when we're stopped. when the brakes quit, when the brakes get too hot, you must have to take the bus out of service.
Yeah, if the brakes get really overheated, then you get what you call brake fade, where your brakes don't work so well anymore.
Yeah.
Southland Station.
And then at that point you have to park and let them cool off.
With the old C trains, there's no parking and cooling off. Once it's broken, you can't use that train anymore until it's fixed.
You know, the trains work on a different braking system than the buses do.
Yeah. There's the old Chevy bus.
Yep.
Well, thanks for the ride.
You're welcome. If you want to wait outside for a second, I'll show you a picture of the first bus I rode.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
This one beeps really weird, eh, when you deploy the ramp.
Yes, it does.